What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we're here today again taking another look at Legends of Eisenwald. Now, in the last episode, we had wandered off to the other side of the map, like way over here, and gotten ourselves pretty much annihilated. Like, we had a hard-fought battle where we had won and survived, but we had lost some of our troops. Let's take a look at our troop panel right now. There it is, and you can see that we've lost one of our archers. Yes, indeed, and to make matters worse, it was our upgraded archer, which makes me all kinds of sad. Now, what can we do in this situation? Well, I think what we want to do is maybe dump him. So let's go ahead and throw his body off into a ditch. There it is. He's off in the ditch. His family doesn't know any better, and we're back on our adventures. We also need to equip some equipment, I guess. Well, that's obviously what you do with equipment. We need to actually use some equipment. Our main character, Heinrich, has leveled up, so we can give him a couple different upgrades here. I'm going to move kind of slowly because I haven't played the game in about a week. I've been very, very busy with school. As you guys know, I've got multiple exams, kinematics, anthropology, all kinds of just nasty, unpleasant things that I'm being forced to regurgitate, just vomit onto the page for a test, which is one of my main problems with the collegiate system. You're always learning to the test rather than actually learning anything applicable, but I digress. We can give him Commander. And it means that anybody that's adjacent to him will receive 1 to their willpower and 2 to their initiative. Not bad. We can take Feudal Lord, which allows us to collect tribute in our villages every 5 days. We can also go with Iron Constitution, which means he ignores his first wound in battle. That's another interesting one to think about. I think what we'll go with is Iron Health. We'll go with that so that he doesn't end up getting nailed in that first round. The other thing is we need to get Paul, plain old, boring old Paul. We need to give him some equipment. I noticed he's actually completely nude. He doesn't get a helmet or a chest piece by default. I was kind of running around looking. Let's see what kind of equipment we've got for him. Obviously, we've got a leather jacket with plates, so there it is. That's going to upgrade him quite a bit so that he doesn't have to worry about getting completely and totally punctured every time we jump into combat. We can also give him a awesome, I guess, 1910 football hat. There it is. Other things we have to consider, we have a couple of interesting things here. I'm going to give him the rabbit's foot because his defensive stats are pretty low by comparison to everybody else. That's because everyone else has a shield. That's right, they've got the wooden plank of cowardice. No, the wooden plank of self-defense from projectiles. We've also got a bear claw, and considering that he's pretty much our ringer, I'm going to keep upgrading his damage so that he gets more out of that 1 damage than everybody else does. His 1 damage becomes an extra 2 damage because he doubles everything in his statistical display. Now, for our soldiers, they're level 1, but we can give them leather armor, I think, which I believe is better than the gambeson they have equipped right now. Indeed, their stats actually adjusted, so he's a little bit better than he was before. We don't have anything else for him to use, it doesn't look like. We can consider giving him a battle hammer. I don't know what his basic stats are, but he loses a lot of initiative for the blacksmith's hammer. I think we also have a sharp battle axe up here. Let's take a look. That gives him 2 damage, and it says that it nerfs his initiative, but I think his initiative is already being nerfed by his default equipment, so it's not actually going to adjust anything right there. So now his damage is a little bit better. Everybody else, we don't really have anything for them to use. I tried to equip her with this grimoire down here, but I don't think she has the skill. It should have a little book down there in the bottom corner, if indeed she was able to use it. Now, what do we want to do? We want to get ourselves reoriented. We have a quest over there. Let's have a look around and figure out if we can replace one of these units. So maybe heading back this way. Let me look at my map really quickly and figure out where I'm at. I think I'm either heading off down this way. I don't know. There's no real way to orient from inside the game right now. That castle is at our back. So we may be going down this way, actually. I don't know. Never mind, we're facing down that way. We've got to turn around and then take a left. So there it is. Let's head off back down this way. We're going to head to our castle and see if we've got any useful garrisons that we can actually task with our further survival in the future. I think we can go to... Oh, we got to pay our guldens again. There we are. We've paid our guldens so that we can walk through Baron von Strudel or whatever the hell his name is land. We can hire a peasant here, or we can hire another healer. I think hiring another healer is probably a good plan, so let's put her in the back row. We'll have another healer, and we're just going to bomb heals non-stop every single fight, if indeed we can. Let's head back to the honey barrel, and now in the storyline. What had we been doing in the storyline? Well, the storyline starts out with us being super bummed out because we didn't get invited to a bitchin' party that presumably had tons of alcohol and was just going to end up with people wearing medieval lampshades on their heads. So we went off in search of our friend who has a killer inside connection to vet us into the party. Unfortunately, he had vanished from his castle, so we couldn't use our political intrigue to get ourselves into the awesome party. Therefore, we've decided to strike off, and rather than just ignoring the party altogether, we're going to have crazy adventures ending and culminating in a super awesome alcoholic party where we get super nasty faced and then end up probably waking up next to some wench that we'd probably prefer to forget. Let's jump into the honey barrel. There's a conversation with Dora Lynn. Sir Heinrich, how opportune, I need your help again. If you remember in the last episode, we escorted her off, but then at the end she did some crazy dialogue where she bounced out and kind of abandoned us. I don't really know what happened. Let's talk to her. As one would expect, the doctor needs special materials. Mother Nature gives you your first youth for free, but she charges double price for the second one. I asked you to help me once, so I'll ask you again. Can you obtain what Rusina is missing? I have something to reward you, have no doubt. Please talk to the doctor. He'll explain to you in detail what he needs and how much of it he needs. I'll be waiting for you here at the Barrel of Honey Inn. Alright, well, looks like there's some rumors. Dr. Celestine Rusina. Engel, you heard about Dr. Celestine Rusina, the one who's kind of a personal doctor to our Baron? I heard they wanted to burn him in Cremena for digging up graves and committing sacrilege on the bodies. They say he can bring back youth. I don't know how he does it, but he gets visitors from every place. Every new coming woman you ask is heading for his estate. Maybe he can, the devil only knows. It's for the rich ones anyways. Women like us have nothing to pay with. Well, it's not money that he accepts in payments. Well, what is it then? I can tell you only one thing, digging up graves at night is not for everyone. I think we did that already in the past, so I don't really... Nope, sir, I don't want to talk to you. I want to go back. Back from whence I came. Let's see if we can head off in this direction and talk to Celestine Rusina, maybe grabbing some of those materials that we needed to cure the horrible scourge of old age. Now, let's have a look at a map. We're next to the West Bank Tower. Let's see here. I need to trigger on some of these names and things so that I can figure out where I'm at. There we go. Very good. West Bank Tower. We need to go to Rusina's farmstead over here. It looks like there's a band of robbers blocking our way, so I sincerely hope they don't cause too much trouble. The last band of robbers was quite nasty. It looks like they're gonna come to me. Let's see here. Let's jump into the forest. Oh, I guess they're gonna run away. That's fine, cowards. Flee, run away, cowardly bandit. Oh, he doesn't look sinister at all. He's combining the most sinister of colors, black and red, normally used by crazy goth kids and also vampires, and sometimes both. Let's see here. Welcome, my dear sir. Heinrich of Luxenloch. I am always glad to see noble guests in my humble home. Might I presume that you have some business with me? So you've agreed to help Lady von Kumentz obtain the materials for my work? That's very helpful. This is indeed no easy task. We cannot do without someone's kind service. The first thing I need is ethereal fabric, canvas of death, the clothes of a ghost. The clothes of a ghost? Yes, this weightless fabric that many, including me, believe the inhabitants of other worlds use for making their dress. There are many ways to obtain it, but tell me, you're a Catholic Christian anyways, aren't you? What difference does that make? None at all. All in all, there's just one way. One should hold a ghost by the edge of its clothes and cut the edge off with lunar metal without spilling any warm blood. That's an allegory alchemist language. What formula is encoded in these words? I cannot give you more precise formula than what I've said. All I can give you in addition to that is this blade. It was forged from lunar steel by master smiths in Erzglentz. It's no use against man or beast, but it can cut the unseen threads. And remember, ethereal fabric disappears like fog in the light of day. You will have to obtain it at night, and at night you should bring it back to me. What else do you need besides ethereal fabric? Flesh, but not the flesh of any human. I need the flesh of a tree. That tree always remains young and its leaves never grow yellow or fall. They call that tree Saladin's olive, and it grows in the Holy Land. However, they say that the ancestors of a local knight brought a seed from Palestine, and now the same sort of tree graces his castle. A branch would be enough. A branch of the ever-young tree and ethereal fabric are all that I need to create youth. I guess that's that then. Let's step on out. Let's take a look at our inventory and see what we've got for this dagger. Did he actually put something in our inventory? He did. The Moonsteel Dagger. Interestingly enough, I don't really know what this symbol means, but we can try and equip it on our only dagger-wielding guy. There it is right there. Magic weapon. It ignores physical defense and deals additional damage that equals 25% of the attack. Oh wow, this is going to be badass then. This should be just like an incredible DPS storm of ass kickage. Men should fall at our knees begging for mercy, and their women will lament. They will be like, boo-hoo, unless they're like those Joan of Arc types, and then they'll probably come out and try and get revenge. And then we will strike them down with magical weaponry as well, assuming their AP does not exceed our defense value. if we wanted to be altogether too arithmetic about the whole thing. Let's read our book here. Oh, that's not our book, that's our helmet. Let's read our journal and figure out what we've got to go on. So the Rusina's olive branch comes from Saladin's tree. It grows in the inner yard of Baron House Castle. Where is Baron House? The village of Baron House is right there. So we should probably go up in here. I've heard there's not much to see at Baron House. In fact, I've heard it's mostly flatlands and desert, but we'll see. That was a terrible joke, by the way. Halt! An armed troop in Lord Bernhard von Barenhaus's land. If you have the courage to appear here armed, you have enough courtesy to compensate for the trouble. The passing will cost you 10 guldens. Of course, my dear sir, with your pokey penis hat. Here it is. Pass and do not linger. Very well, I shall not linger. Tally-ho. Let's move along. God. Let's see here. This shouldn't be too difficult. Let's take a look and see what's going on at Baron House's castle. Hopefully we don't have to fight anybody for this. That would be deeply depressing. We've cleared out the pagan. What are you? The merchant Johann. Let's talk to Johann and see what he's got for us. Johann? Well, he doesn't say anything. I guess he's too good for us. We do have a location here where we can upgrade some kit, maybe. Let's have a look and see what kind of armor they have. A steel cuirass, riveted mail. Does that count as light, or what does that count as? Let me take a look at my units here. I don't know what all these symbols mean by heart just yet. There's a simple armée or armet. I don't know how to say that word. I am not a historical weapon junkie. I know very little. Looks like that's heavy armor. That's light armor. And that's light armor as well. So I can only assume that the other ones are medium armor. We probably need to do a bit more upgrading before we get that far. Our men need penis hats before they can be considered apt for combat to wear chainmail, I suppose. I don't know what kind of price of admission that is, but I suppose it's a price of admission, even in the medieval world. We can probably sell off some of this stuff. Get some goldens for some of this worthless gear that we're not really using. I'm going to hold on to the grimoire for now. The sharp dagger is actually pretty expensive, so I'm going to hold on to it. Do we have 2 battle axes? I thought I equipped one, but maybe we'll equip both. Let me jump back into my hero's kit here. Oh, we do. We have an extra. Well, then, let's give it to him. And he got 2 attack power from that, so he's up to 25 damage per swing. So good. Nothing really to see over here, unfortunately. There's nothing to equip either. I could give myself a killer beanie just to say that I did, but yeah, you know. Maybe give her a fashionable hat. Give her a little bit more defense. Well, some defense at all, I guess, would be a better, more apt way to put it. She had no defense to begin with. She's about to level up, though, which is pretty sweet. What does she become? An herbalist. Well, she gets better headgear, and if there's one thing I've learned from RPGs, the more stylish your headgear, the better you are. Or, I was going to say the better you are off, but R kind of blended into off, and I just said, you're. Let's see. Actions. I don't see anything here that we can actually make use of. Tree. Baron House's tree, where are you? Doesn't look like there's any actions I can take in here, so maybe it's a placeholder quest? I don't know. Maybe in the ore village. Oh, look, they're going to charge me again. You extortionist little buggers. Although this one's got kind of a round hat, so maybe these two didn't correspond and they just kind of forgot. Anything in the ore village. Hiring, we can get a new archer. Unfortunately, fortunately, I used up the space on another healer. Well then, it doesn't look like there's any way for me to acquire the olive branch just yet. It says it's in Baron House's castle. Maybe we'll save that one off till later. Let's maybe think about moving along and looking at other quests then. It grows in the inner yard of the Baron House Castle. I don't see it anywhere there. What else do we have? We have the honey barrel. Oh, we should probably look in on that. Let's go pop into the honey barrel one more time and see if there's another messenger. Set ourselves for an auto walk back up in here. Walk past the Church of the Arab Martyrs. And see if we can get in over... Actually, I should probably collect dues. Let's stop by our tower. Can I collect dues from a tower? There's better units here. Tempted to swap out a guard. What kind of stats are we looking at? 60, 10, 9, 25... 60, 9, 4, 27. So I think they're just the opposite way, and they're just a little bit better. Maybe I'll ignore them for now. We'll come back and replenish if need be. Let's go over to our old shack. See if we can collect any dues from the old shack. Anything? Nay. We can collect nothing from the old shack, unfortunately. Forest Village, which is creatively named, will probably supply us with some form of dues. Anything? It might be acquiring like as we go to them. It looks like my gold number is a little bit higher. That might be due to the fact that maybe I sold a bunch of stuff. I'm going to take a look. If it stays 322 when we get back up and in here, we'll go ahead and finish it off. Do a little bit of subtraction. That complicated art. It doesn't look like we've collected anything from here. How do I collect dues? Oh, never mind. I didn't take that one. Never mind. I took the other one, the Iron Constitution. Anything in Luxembourg while we're over here. Make sure that there's no badass unit kind of hanging out training. Looks like we've just got recruits, peasants. We've got another guard. We do have a lot of guards that are ready to go if we find ourselves inept in the combat department. Maybe stop by... Well, I don't really see anything else that I want to stop by. Let's wander off. We've kind of run out of fights, too, which is a little bit of a downer. I guess we'll go back to the honey barrel and see if the innkeeper... I don't remember if we did that in the last episode or not. I've completely forgotten it, and I didn't go back and watch the previous episode to figure it out. It seems like the game would do with a little bit more kind of random generation oftener. What is that? There's like a circle of mushrooms or red stones right there, or crafty forest fungi. You gotta keep an eye on fungi, you never know. Anything in the mill over here? I think we already checked that. Let's go back to the honey barrel for now. Who fears not to look behind the shroud of time and space, beyond the line between life and death? I know formulas that summon spirits, and I have been given the power to rule them. On my command, they will tell me the past, present, and future of any human. Last week you promised me a talk to the ghost of my late uncle to find out where he'd hidden his belongings. I talked to his spirit, although he was rather loath to answer. He told me that when he was alive, he was an idler and a drunkard, the kind of which few are left in this world, with the exception of his nephew, perhaps. He wasted all of his belongings and does not regret this, in the least now that he is dead. Ah, go to hell, you quack. God, what is he traveling around with us? He's talked with Lucretius, apparently. Let's have a look here and figure out... Lonstein's Castle, local knights. We've already done all those. Let's see here. You didn't yet bring the required materials. I don't mean to hurry you, but I would like to remind you, the faster I get back to West Rothwald, the faster I'll find the information you seek. Yeah, that's fine. Stop goading me. I don't even know if this quest works right now. Let's have a look. The past, present, and future. Formulas and spells that summon and exorcise ghosts. Good health to you, my noble lord. Would you like to hear what the ghosts of the deceased are telling us? Let's find out... I don't know. Let's hear a prophecy. What would you like to know? What happened to Baron von Doppelzung? I will ask the spirits now. He shuts his eyes. The spirits of the dead tell me the man you named is not among them. He is walking the earth, but is afraid to get caught in threads. Therefore, he is hiding behind a mask. Hiding behind a mask? Can he be celebrating the masquerade ball too? Although it could be that the Baron opted not to burden himself with company, locking himself up in his wine cellar to have a small masquerade ball all for himself, and perhaps a few of the chambermaids. Let's see some spirits now. Huh, well, this is not the most fitting place for summoning spirits. First, it has to be night. Second, it has to be a suitable place. Many a restless ghost languish within the crumbling walls of Hochzung, and that would be the best place for summoning them in such a manner that you could see them with your own eyes. Do you want me to escort you to that place? Me? No, not me. I mean, there truly is no need. I'll simply tell you a special spell for free. It's called the Invitation to the Feast. As soon as you say it, ghosts will appear before you, for feasts are not so frequent an occurrence in the netherworld. It goes like this: Et pronomen stelle, quae est Mercurius et pronomen sigilli. Quo sigillatur adeo fortissimo et honorato, per omnia predicta superte mortus. Surge et veni, dapste manet glossarium. Got it? No, I don't have it, but we'll see what happens when we go back. It's now nighttime, so we might want to think about maybe escorting this lad over here. There was a cheeky fellow off that was waiting for us at night, and we wanted to see if maybe we could get him to his destination without too much trouble. Hopefully we can dodge paying another feed across the land, and since I'm not really sure what to do with the remainder of this quest, maybe we'll just kind of walk over here and help this guy out. Hey, what's that? They've got a whole crowd down. Oh, that's right. Charcoal wanted us to bring back only a few guards. Well, we'll try Hochzung then. This is the place they've told many a tale about for years, although it's true that many inquisitive ones have not returned from here. Ooh, still, ooh, Gnasnato, ooh, Ray. Let's say it's a peasant woman. She appears to be missing a nose, but who knows. Say the invitation to the feast. We say the feast, which I'm not going to recite again. Nunca est bibendum. Oh no. I suppose nothing impressive has happened here. The ghost appears to have told us off, and we're not in control of the Hoxung ruins either. Well, I guess we've been sold down. I guess we probably could have done a little bit better with our time. I forgot that... Wait, who is this? What in the hell? Oh no, battle ghosts. Looks like they've opened up with their initial attack here. It's now Paul's turn. Paul is engaged, unfortunately. I'm gonna have him deal some damage to that unit. Character is physically invulnerable. That's a little terrifying. But we're also stuck in combat with him. So I guess we'll take a swing. Let's heal Paul. There it is. And there's a zombie too. Well, all kinds of bad things are happening right here. Maybe consider whose turn is it? It's my archer's turn. Let's fire at this guy so we can get Paul out of combat and maybe do something in a minute. He's got a couple of zombie units. We'll stab away at him, or I'm sorry, cleave away. We've got an axe. What the hell is that? Oh, that is a 51 damage character. Oh my god. This is probably not going to end very well. Well then, let's heal everybody else up the best we can. Oh wow, that was quite a hit. Paul, save us, Paul! You're the only one that can damage these guys. I really don't want to risk a counterattack from him. I don't want to risk anything right now. Let's get a heal on him. The zombies are going to focus on him. Our archer is ready to go, so let's maybe see if our archer can disengage some of our units over here. And then this unit will strike there. Probably going to lose our lord right here, unfortunately. Strike them down, and then our other healer, oh good, he may actually survive another turn or two. He's taken a decent wound. We're gonna have Paul strike at her, or him, or whatever that ghost is. It looks like a female. We've also got another heal we need to throw out. Oh, never mind, she's out of mana. So let's have her meditate. Our hero is more than likely going to fall right here, unfortunately. We'll fire arrows at that zombie, try and get people cleared, possibly. Let's take some swings. Unfortunately, everybody's terribly engaged in combat. Maybe take a swing at a zombie, do whatever damage you can before this yeah, he's gonna one-shot you right now. And down we go. Let's consider having Paul kill the ghost because he's got that magical dagger. And the ghost did a spinny thing, but then didn't really respawn. Or despawn. Let's go ahead and heal Paul. We need to make sure... Let's put some arrows on this big guy right here. His counterattack is going to be really, really awful to deal with. Yeah, I was going to say, his counterattack may single-handedly just kind of wreck face right now. Can end up with a nasty wreck face rampage going on. We didn't get a counter blow right there. Let's have Paul kill off the other ghost. She once again has no mana. And down goes our other guard, unfortunately. Archer's going to have to take a shot at the big knight guy. We do have another heal. Well, it kind of looks like we have a heal. Maybe it costs more than I expected it to. And down goes our archer. Hopefully not dead. That's really the only thing that I can really hope for. We'll take a swing with Paul. And there it is. We've also got to get our little axeman in here. He doesn't appear to get counterattacks, which is very, very good. Nothing we can do there. Meditate again. Paul's going to take another magical stab at this knight. And take another swing. Throw a heal on good old-fashioned Paul. Paul appears to have made it, although he is taking a reasonable amount of damage. The wounds are precluding him from healing up all the way. Keep everybody meditating and kill that final giant Lich Guard. And down he goes with a clink and a clang. What did we get? Is that the ethereal... Ooh, we got a big old claymore, too. And also one of those cool hats. Ooh, we didn't lose anybody. That's good. Not everybody's dead. You did it. My lord, what a beautiful fabric. Well then, let's get on out of here. We've actually accomplished a mission. Let's really, really hope that we don't get jumped by any types of bandits in between here and there. We're going to run as quickly back to Doppelzung's castle, and hopefully once we get back here, everything will be alright. Hurry, back to the castle. And once we heal everybody, we should be okay. No casualties, which is very, very good. Let's take an action. Oh my god, that's so much gold to spend. Unfortunately, I don't have the money. We might have to... Well then, we might consider selling some of our inventory. It might also be cheaper just to hire new guys. For 63, we can get... What did it say it was going to cost us? 26 to heal him. That's not so bad. Let's maybe think about... We need 122 more gold. Let's see if maybe we can put people back into a tower back here to allow them to rest. I don't know if that works or not. We'll check the market as well. Maybe we'll be able to sell some stuff off to Helen the Piercing Eye and Meeting Carl. Let's go to the trade menu and see what they've got. They've got a chivalrous lance. That's a lance with amazing table manners. We've got the sharp dagger. We've got the magic dagger already, so maybe I'll sell that to raise some funds. A rusty flamberge. Nobody in our group can use a flamberge, so I'll get rid of that. An old club. We'll get rid of that as well. The rusty fork spear. Not going to be that useful. As far as armor goes, we've got a rusty helm and some rusty chainmail. And then the ethereal fabric. Oh, we can sell the garnet. Let's sell that. So there's a big old grip of cash. Can also sell... Neither of those looks amazingly useful because they're medium armor and nobody can use medium armor. But at the bare minimum, we've got ourselves enough equipment now to where we can think about maybe... Yeah, let's go ahead and do some of these meetings right here. We'll get these quests all knocked out, and once we get that done, hear and heed my words. My name is Helen the Piercing Eye, master of Fotida Pisces, owner of Putrida Carrots. A putrid carrot does not sound amazing. Give me a tiny donation of 20 goldens, and I will reveal the places of many treasures to you. Why don't you just go and dig them up yourself? Fool, money is nothing to me. The payment I charge is for a different purpose. The treasures must go to those who are willing to believe my words. Sure, here's 20 goldens. There is a noble and wise man. You will not forget this, or regret this, for what you have paid will return to you 100-fold. Now listen, and I will tell you where the treasures are. The first treasure was hidden by an old eunuch near the village of Ribwarts. He buried it right in the middle of the field, wisely believing that no one would ever look for it in a place like that. The second treasure was hidden by kobolds deep in a mountain's shaft on the eastern bank. I don't want to play around with a mountain's shaft, no thank you. The third treasure was hidden by robber knight and murderer Heinrich von Luxenloch under the great boulder right before his own castle. Hidden by whom? Heinrich von Luxenloch, the local robber knight. He's cowardly but greedy and cruel. Many an earnest traveler has he robbed blind and then killed for amusement. He spares neither man nor woman, taking only young boys to his castle where he does low and horrifying things to them. The most precious things he has stolen he hides not in his castle but under the great boulder before it. Well, you don't say. Now listen to me, you pathetic piece of dung. I am Heinrich von Luxenloch. He swallows. You're coming with me right now and we'll look for the treasures in each of the places you have named. If I don't find a treasure, you'll soon find yourself buried instead. But, it could be that someone else has already found them. Move, and give me back my money. So we get our money back. I think that's where I'm going to break off this episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Legends of Eisenwald. I hope you've been enjoying it, and at least that it's piqued your interest, or piqued your interest, I should say, in games of this genre. This is the closest thing I've seen thus far to sort of a turn-based Mountain Blade in the makings. Now, it's in very, very early alpha, so everything here is subject to change, but I feel like the game has a good direction to it, and the campaigns are being open-sourced from what I understand. Down the line, you should be able to make your own campaigns and import them, which is pretty badass, too. I'll see you guys next time, and take care out there, everybody.